Grand Rising, beautiful, badass heart warriors. Amy back with you for another episode of TGIM on the Journey to Inner Self series. I've had better days. I've had better days of feeling. These glasses are really scratched, like beyond scratched. I don't know if what's better to read through these scratchy glasses or what. But hey, so many of you already know what time it is. Your weekly dose of awesomeness, of motivation, of perspective shifts, of truth telling, and real talk. So again, I'm Amy, owner of Lively Intuitive Transformations, a nationally board certified health and wellness hub for those seeking long, sustainable, and practical habit change in any area of their health, wellness, and well-being, whether that's mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, or your struggles with finances, with your physical body, with the mind, with emotions, maybe feeling loss of purpose. And today we are going to be diving into a conversation that bridges the gap of astrology, our gut health, and the spring equinox that we're in, just full spectrum of wellness in today's conversation. Because if you know me, well, you know I don't do the one size fits all approach to health. We go deep here. We go personal. At Lively Intuitive Transformations, we tune into your unique strengths and values and innate abilities, as opposed to, the one size fits all approach. So diving into your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual wellness and how they're all interconnected. Let's just get into it. Today, before we totally dive into that conversation, I want to share a little piece. Why am I such a hot mess today? Lots is going on and I'm feeling this shift, and it's really affecting my brain. Now, many of you don't know this, but I actually have a type of epilepsy, which is a chronic ailment that you have, like, once, when you have it for life. Like, it's not something that you can totally reverse. Can manage symptoms, can make sure that I don't have seizures, all of that. And I won't totally dive into like the type of seizures or the type of epilepsy I have and like all of that stuff, but I want to share that with you because I know what it's like to struggle with something so life-altering. I know what it's like to learn how to thrive with something so life-altering, and how to manage it so that I can thrive, not just survive. And quite a few years ago, when I was first diagnosed back in 2015, oh my God, holy shit, 10 years. Wow. Excuse me. It was like, there was a lot of struggles and a lot of hurdles I had to overcome. And now being able to, have gone through the struggles with it and come out on the other side, it's gifted me the ability to know what it's like to be diagnosed with something so life-altering. So if you are struggling with chronic pain, chronic illness, chronic ailments, things that are, affecting your day-to-day living, even struggling with neurodivergency, ADHD, spectrum, like any of that, like on an autistic spectrum, like any of that stuff makes us, or starts to put us in a box, or makes us feel like we have to label ourselves or put ourselves in those boxes when we don't. And that's what I'm so passionate about. It's why so many of you actually didn't even know that I had epilepsy. It's because I don't live my life with that label over my head. I do choose to set my schedules up, set my days up, set my life up, my habits, my routines in alignment with what this physical vessel is capable of, without having that diagnostic label over my head, or like as a form of identity. Because who I am is not what it is separate than what my vessel is. Yeah, it's separate. Period. Thank you guys so much for listening. So if any of you struggle with that, let me know, reach out, or know people that do. It's, yeah. And it doesn't have to be just epilepsy either, okay? Anything. Diabetes, autoimmune diseases, all those kinds of things. So let me know, reach out. You're not alone. And yes, you can thrive, not just survive in this life, especially if you're neurodivergent. Let's talk. So starting off with astrology, because of course we are. Gotta love astrology. The thing is with astrology and our physical health, kind of where we're at, our sixth house in astrology shows us so much of what we may be going through. I have a book over there that talks about sixth house astrology. So if somebody, say, struggles with their knees or back pain, or maybe their weight management, like struggling to maintain that balance, each house representing a different aspect of us, our sixth house representing our physical health, it determines what sign or what planets are in that house. It's all about daily routines. It's all about the health, what the state of the vessel is in. And this house gives us hints of what we can do in order to help our vessel and take preventative care. My hair's really dry and staticky. It's bugging me. Sorry, not sorry. Like, it's this blanket and the heat right below my feet. Ooh. So yeah, sixth house gives us hints about our physical wellness. It gives us hints about our habits, our routines, what we need to do when it comes to digestion, nutrition, way of eatings, and overall vitality for our body, our physical body. Okay. Oh, my eyes are really sensitive today. This is where I wanted to start off with epilepsy, why I am the way that I am today, because this is all about meeting ourselves where we are at. So, gut health. You hear me talk about it because gut health is literally everything, okay? It's your second brain. I like to think of it as your first brain, because your gut is what's going to be in charge of the emotional energy running through your body, and then our emotions are what actually feed our thoughts. The energy is what feeds our thoughts. So science is finally catching up what ancient wisdom has always known, that your digestive health is directly linked to your mental health, your mood, your energy, your clarity, your ability to focus, your immune system, even your nervous system, so your ability to handle stress. If your gut is off, everything is off. That is why I consider it your first brain. It's not your thinking brain, but our thinking brain feeds off of what we feed it. And when I look at somebody's chart, when I'm looking at somebody's chart, I like to look at the activity happening in the sixth house. I don't often share it in my regular birth chart readings, because in my regular birth chart readings, we go just your sun, your moon, your rising. We definitely like to look at Saturn. But if this is something that if you want to learn about your sixth house, and if somebody's struggling with something in their physical health, then we'll look at sixth house and see what is happening there. By looking at the sixth house, it gives me the ability to know what a client or what one of you is struggling with, what sort of things they might need to pay attention to for their physical health, their gut health, their brain health. Maybe there's food sensitivities, or how they're able to handle stress, or where they're prone to stress related symptoms, digestive issues, that sort of things. Maybe they need to have certain structure and routines to keep their body functioning optimally. And so, like, I've had clients come to me where they've really been in the thick of it previous, and that they come to me and they've already started and established these certain routines and these habits, and it's like, oh my God, I want to recognize this for you and acknowledge these huge wins that you already know. You already have this intuitive knowing, where you're being guided to, and astrology like confirms or shows those areas of growth and strengthening. So yeah, I remember this one particular client, it's jumping out, and she's a powerhouse, sending you love right now. Just, she knew what she needed. She said, she came to me, she's like, I'm pretty strict with my way of eating. And when I like check things out, I'm like, woohoo, because like it showed that she needs to be, for her body to function optimally, which allows all of us to get different things like Rebel Fuel, or maybe it's certain supplements to help support you in different ways. That reminds me, while I'm here, I'm going to take my omegas, because brain health. And I forgot to do that before I jumped on. So doing what's needed to take care of your brain health. It's why I am faithful in drinking Rebel Fuel every damn day. This is a shameless plug. Because when I drink Rebel Fuel every day, I'm not just feeding my good gut bacteria. I'm not just feeding my good gut bacteria the fuel that it needs, but I'm also feeding my immune system. I'm feeding my nervous system. I'm feeding my brain these things. And I actually had some gluten Saturday and even Friday. So like my body's going through it. Okay. It is. Yes. It is going through it. And inflammation is a whole other topic, and we can dedicate a TGIM to inflammation. But when my body eats gluten or it eats pork, then it goes through inflammation, which causes my brain to respond funny. It's more tired. My eyes are tired. All the things. Okay. So be gentle with yourself, meeting yourself where you are at. And it's no joke. One of my favorite things about what I get to do and meeting you guys where you're at is the using of astrology. I'm not the expert here. You guys are. I jump in my little metaphorical plane, come over to your map, your landscape, and look at your unique astrology, your inner map, and find out where your physical vessel is in that journey, and where you've been, where you have to go. I just use my tools, my unique tools, and show you how to use them. And then you can be like, oh, I want this tool. I want this tool. You might not have all the same tools, and that's totally okay. But it's like when we're fixing cars, or fixing a bike, or fixing, tractors, or doing a construction project, building something, or when we're baking in the kitchen. All of those things have one thing in common, whether it be tools or whether it be ingredients. Not each job calls for the same tools. Excuse me. I wouldn't use the same tools to change a piston in my engine that I would to change my brake pads. There might be some cross-reference or similarities of a couple of tools, but I would not be using entirely the same tools. And the same goes for my house. A plumber would not be using the same tools that an electrician needs, In baking, I wouldn't be using the same ingredients to make chocolate chip cookies as I would be to make a fruit salad. It's just different. And so looking at our life like that, our challenges like that, the things that we go through, we don't just focus on one approach or one tool or one tools. I mean, a few tools. A chunk of ice fell off my roof. Oh man, good times. Good times. So here's where a lot of people go wrong is when it comes to health, they hyper focus on just one tool or just one aspect. Oh yes, Tigress. Hello. Hey, hello. Hi. You say hello? Say hello. You did already, hey? We got into a little fight yesterday. Her and I. She tried to eat my food, didn't you? Hey? My little rescue. So yeah, we can hyper focus on one health aspect. You know, sometimes they think, I don't need to do anything. My body will do what it needs to do. Men, I may be talking to you in this. A lot of men and women out there, but more often men, don't think that they need to do something to help their body. They think everything will do what it needs to do. My body will take care of itself. Then there's people out there, oh, if I eat clean or if I move my body 7 days a week, everything will fall into place. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Then there's people out there, if I just meditate, then the stress will disappear. And it's like, yes, those things matter. Moving your body, eating right, letting things be from time to time, taking meditation into consideration or breath work. But they're only one piece of the puzzle. And at L.I.T, we don't believe in slapping a Band-Aid on a symptom and calling it healing. We don't believe in symptom management. We're not just going to be like, oh, like here's an RX and go to the pharmacy and get your RX and your prescription and carry on with life. And then your back pain is going to go away. You don't need to do anything to help your back. Just take this for pain. No, that's not us. We look at the full picture, the mental, the physical, what sort of habits that you do like that are contributing to back pain, or what sort of things have you gone through, has your physical body gone through in this life that has contributed to back pain. Then again, we look at 6th house. You know, if you're Leos are prone to back pain. So physical and spiritual wellness come into effect. Also emotions, because our emotional body, when we hold stress, trauma, or like crazy, wild experiences, adverse experiences that we've been through that really shape us or imprint on us, our emotional bodies will hold them unless they've been released, unless we've been taught to feel our feelings and let it out, through moving, through feeling, through journaling, through all the things. Grief, then they'll often show up as physical ailments later on in life. So our emotional body is usually the first signifier that something is out of alignment. And then then it shows up in our thoughts and our ways of thinking and our mindset around things. And then quite often it starts to bubble up into our physical health. And it can get so loud that it really like shuts us down. An example would be like knee pain. Okay, so knee pain, you have an emotional body that has been telling you, giving you signs and symptoms about going, like bending with the flow of life. How flexible are you when it comes to life? And oftentimes with knee pain, when we're inflexible or we're really rigid, it's because of our ego, our pride. And in that moment, we have to suggest to somebody like surrendering that breakdown, letting go of our ways of thinking, those limiting beliefs, the things that have us in rigid ways of thinking or dogmatic ways of thinking. So yeah, when we look at the full picture and we see how these experiences shape how we feel and how we show up in the world and who we are, then we can allow ourselves to release judgment and hold curiosity, asking right questions and making right steps. So acknowledgement comes first, acceptance and action is so, so important. If your gut health is a mess, your anxiety is probably through the roof. And if you're emotionally drained, your body will feel it through fatigue or chronic pain. I'm emotionally drained right now. But also I wasn't feeding my body the best in the last couple of days either. It's a circle. It's a cycle. If your nervous system is stuck in chronic fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, no amount of green juice or smoothies or supplements is going to fix it. Actually, though, there is a supplement that can help your nervous system. There is supplements that can help your nervous system get out of stuck mode. Insert Rebel Fuel, insert other supplements from the Mental Wellness Company where they're actually scientifically proven and all natural, scientifically proven health products. They're natural health products approved by Health Canada to get your nervous system out of stuck mode, okay? So no amount of off-the-counter supplements or green juice is going to help your nervous system get unstuck. And also Happy Juice Rebel Fuel and the Mental Wellness Company supplements also are only one piece of the puzzle. We look at our medicine wheel, they're only one piece of the pie. We still have to get our mental and our emotional and our spiritual self in alignment, which then bridges the gap too. If you're feeling spiritually disconnected, you might feel like lost or no purpose. You're just going through the motions of day-to-day life without feeling really connected, without feeling alive and on purpose, without feeling emotionally fulfilled. And this is a reminder that everything is connected, and that this is why at Lively Intuitive Transformations, we don't just believe in nutrition plans, or we don't just do mindset work, or we don't just do energy healing. Why we don't just focus on spiritual aspects like astrology and tarot, or your emotional self, subconscious healing tools. Like, we need a full spectrum approach. We need to address the root. Why are you having back problems? How come these back problems are consistent? How come these knee pains are consistent? It's not just the symptoms. We go into it deeper than that. And that is why my clients get such long, sustainable results. And we are a unique business. There is nothing out there like this. People have tried to duplicate, people have tried to mimic it, but they don't have the unique skill set or the tools and techniques and strategies that we have here at Lively Intuitive Transformations. Now, again, not one thing works for everybody. So I'm not saying that this is going to be your one-stop shop at Lively Intuitive Transformations either. The journey to inner self is a lifelong journey. We kickstart it. We get you out of overwhelm and into action, into believing in yourself and trusting that this stuff works, that you are deserving, that no, the rug won't be pulled out from underneath you, that it is possible for you to, not just for others. Okay, we really shift that. we shift that it is possible for you. You are deserving and you are worthy of experiencing life and full spectrum, that you do have a purpose, that you are here for reasons, and yeah, you're just deserving. You are so enough just as you are. So thank you so much for sharing about, no, sorry, I'm like doing two things at once. This is how my brain is not functioning properly. I can't do two things at once right now. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the live or the replay. This is actually just the replay today. I didn't go live because of how things were with my brain. But really, at L.I.T, we take you through the journey to inner self, from where we meet you where you're at. We develop a powerful vision of where it is that you want to go, or what it is that you see for yourself. And we bridge that gap. You start facing in the right direction. And these changes don't happen overnight. They happen in breaking a big goal down into more bite-sized chunks. So if in a year you want to do X, we figure out how to break that down into quarters, into 90-day goals. Okay, accept that that's what you want for yourself. Acknowledge that. Accept that you have changes to make. Acknowledge the right changes. Get yourself into alignment, facing the right direction to make those necessary changes, and then take action on those motherfucking changes. You are capable, you are powerful, and I did not think this episode was going to be this long. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you reach out for a complimentary discovery chat, reawaken your life. This is what this complimentary discovery chat is all about, finding how to reawaken your life, and if one of our services or programs are the right next steps for you, or what those right next steps are. So again, complimentary discovery chat, check us out. We have new hours going up. They'll be posted in my stories and on my highlights to check out the hours and the days availability for April. And I look forward to connecting with you guys soon. Okay. Wisdom is the knowledge. No, wisdom is the action of utilizing the knowledge that you've gained, or the lessons learned. Okay, so wisdom is when we embody the knowledge or the lessons learned and we take action on that. So, as Maya Angelou says, when we know better, we do better. Or when you know better, do better. And that is so, so important. Again, all your physical health issues are spiritually or emotionally connected and mentally connected. Everything is connected. So no matter where you are at in your own personal inner medicine wheel, trust that I'm going to hop on my little metaphorical plane and meet you where you're at and help get you out of overwhelm and into inspired action that's right for you. Not for me, not for anybody fucking else, but right for you. Okay? I promise. So book that complimentary discovery chat today to find out what right next steps are for you, or book a one-on-one mind, body, spirit session, a 45-minute session where we can dive deep into your birth chart, your astrology, and find out who you are and what your purpose is, what your strengths are, what your values are, who you are before the world told you and taught you who you should be. Okay, that is what astrology does. So it gives us permission to be our authentic self. All the quirks and little like quirks, I don't know, personality traits that make us who we are that we've previously deemed unlovable. Anyways, that's all. Book those sessions, a complimentary Reawaken Your Life discovery chat, or a mind, body, spirit session, a one-on-one mind, body, spirit session to dive into your birth chart. So, Chi Miigwech, thank you again for being here, for listening on Instagram, for watching on Instagram or YouTube, listening on Spotify, on the Journey to Inner Self podcast. Chi Miigwech, thank you to the Journey to Inner Self community, which is on Facebook, link in bio. I'll drop it in the show notes too. So yeah, thank you guys. And thank you, that which is greater. Chi Miigwech, Gitsimanu, for the earth we walk on, the air we breathe, the fire to fuel our souls, and the water to cleanse us, minds, bodies, and spirits. And yes, thank you. Many blessings on your week ahead. Peace.